Oh, my name's Ralph, and I'm originally from Hope, Arkansas. And I joined the military straight out of high school. I didn't think I was ready for college. I wanted to get out of my hometown. I wanted to do something. I wanted to grow up. I figured my choices were college or military, and so military seemed like the right fit for me at the time. I was also getting married right after boot camp, which that brought its own challenges. Two teenage kids, living that far from home, and I had to go straight overseas while she moved into a place in Virginia that I hadn't even seen yet. And I was overseas for over 5 months on a med cruise. When I was growing up, I had some physical stuff that happened that, could be called, I survived some traumas and certain things, but I don't know of any single incident that caused me to be so anxiety ridden, so depressed and not wanting to live. So while in the military, I started my drinking increased, which was my way of coping. But at the time, I knew it was a solution for me, or I thought it was. And at the time, I did not realize that that was a problem. I was in London, England at the time when I made the decision that I didn't want to continue in the military. But it was just, scary and the unknown, and I'd never worked a regular job, and, I didn't know how to look for a job. I didn't know how to build a resume. I didn't know any of these things. My wife, who had to set up house when we first got in, had to come and set up house when I was getting out, and we decided to move to Dallas, Texas, and I processed out in New Orleans and wasn't informed that I could use like the VA. I felt like I didn't belong or fit in, even though on the outside I'm able to exude this normal, cool guy, people like me behavior. But inside, I'm dying like a fearful little kid that's trying to run and hide. So looking forward to a drink to relieve that pressure that for whatever reason was in my head that maybe or may not didn't exist from these outside forces that I felt threatened by, whether it be paying a bill or, oh God, I gotta go to work on time. And my drinking was a lot, and it was blackout drinking. And my first wife, who was my high school sweetheart, married right after boot camp, had saw the writing on the wall. She eventually decided to divorce me, and I didn't see it coming. And when that happened, I thought to myself, what am I going to do without her? I'm going to drink myself to death. Instead of going and actively seeking that type of help, I turned to people who I didn't really know, started running with, say, the wrong type of crowd, which led to drug use. But what I registered with the drug use, which was methamphetamines, was, wow, I don't drink on this. And I actually thought that was an answer to drinking myself to death, not knowing I was really, really, really going to compound my problems. So this led to my family, my mother mainly, finding out that I could use the VA for rehab. I started out at rehab, which is alcohol, substance abuse rehab, but I've been allowed to participate in cognitive behavior therapy. I've been allowed to participate in PTSD outpatient groups. I've been work compensation therapy and incentive therapy, which they kind of give you a little job to kind of offset, give you a little money, but also give you something to do. The VA has housed me after rehab, so it's been a blessing to get to understand more about therapy and groups. You get to be around other vets, that sense of ease and comfort of just being together again as a group, even if it's in the waiting room. But for me, it's that, wow, I get to be a part of somebody. And what I've learned in mental health circles, period, out there in the recovery movement, period, is that what it's all about. I don't know where else I could get that and feel it kind of at home. If you're eligible to use VA services, then you have an opportunity to be a part of the guys again, or the girls, or the team. That's what it's about, is we're in this together, and you don't have to be in this alone.